Hello, good morning to all my dear followers, to all my friends and upcoming subscribers. Thank you to all of you and mag-ingat, God bless everyone. Siyempre, of course, our health is our wealth. So, ngayon, balikan natin uli ang ating magandang balita regarding po ito sa Breaking Balita Pilipinas. Siyempre, mainit ito kahit luma ay iinitin natin dahil na ito ang pinakamagandang balita ng suna ng ating mahal na presidente ng Pilipinas, no other than President Bongbong Marcos. So makinig tayo sa ang suna na napakainit at magandang balita ito. So makinig tayo dahil marami tayong matutunan o makuha balita sa suna ng ating Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Ito.
Na walang pagkikiling kahit kanino man. Mayroon ng mga unang nakasuhan at nakulong. Mga kontratista, matataas na opisyal, pati na mga mambabatas. At dumating na tayo sa punto na ayon sa Ombudsman ay malapit na ang paghain ng patong-patong na kaso laban sa dating speaker. Masakit man sa akin ito, ngunit kailangan natin gawin ang tama. Hindi ako pangulo ng aking pamilya. Hindi ako pangulo ng aking kaibigan. Ako ay pangulo ng Pilipinas at ang tungkulin ko ay sa inyo, ang aking mga kapwa Pilipino.
The president's remarks drew praise from lawmakers and cabinet officials who said they reinforced the administration's commitment to accountability.
Finally, sinabi niya na mga kasuhan, yung former Speaker of the House, so kahit pinsan niya, sabi niya, sakit man na isipin, pero kailangan may mananagot. So, tsaka yun, hindi lang natin mababayan natin na bakit ang dapat pinakit ng mga kwan, pero yung pinsan mo, hindi nakasuhan. So, finally, ayun na nga, may kaso si former Speaker Romualdez sa Ombudsman ngayon.
Gustong-gusto po ng tao yan. Gustong-gusto ko po yun na sa umpisa pa lang ay tungkol na kaagad sa korupsyon. Kasi yun naman talaga ang pamunahin based on the surveys. And although medyo surprising na, it's a pleasant surprise na sa umpisa pa lang, sa bungad pa lang, pero maganda yon na sa bungad pa lang, nakuha kaagad yung interest ng mga tao.
I think ito yung isa sa mga pinaka-honest at pinaka-klarong SONA at ang gustong mangyari lang ng Pangulo simple lang. Magtrabaho tayo lahat. Umpisa pa lang. In-address na niya kagad yung issue sa flood control scandal. At tingin ko wala nang kaklaro pa sa sinabi ng ating Pangulo.
But not everyone was impressed. Vice President Sara Duterte was among those who dismissed the address, calling this year's SONA a waste of time for the Filipino people.
Ako nanood ng SONA like last year and wala akong planong basahin ang nilalaman ng SONA o kahit lang summary dahil I truly believe it is a waste of time of the Filipino people. Wala naman siya napakulong sa flood control scandal eh. At saka yung sinabi niya na mahiya naman kayo, it was a PR stunt na sinali nila yung linya na yon sa speech niya na nag-backfire.
Yung SONA ng presidente, para sa akin walang ibig sabihin. Sinabi niya marami nang nakulong. Hindi totoo yun. Ang nakulong lang yung makalaban sa politika. Yung pangalan ni Martin Romualdez, hindi masabi ni Presidente. Sinabi niya speaker, pero yung pangalan hindi niya masabi.
Kung mapapansin nyo, wala rin tapang. Walang ngipin yung binanggit niya. If he's really serious about taking accountability, lalong-lalo na sa mga sangkot sa flood control scandal, he could have worded it like this. Lahat ng sangkot, ipakukulong ko under my administration. Kahit pinsan ko pa yan, kahit anak ko pa yan, kahit kamag-anak ko yan, kahit alyado ko pa yan, ipakukulong ko yan. Pero hindi. In fact, sinabi niya, medyo nagdrama nga yung Pangulo, masakit sa aking loob na sabihin to, bakit ka pa masasaktan? Kung alam mo na sangkot yung mga alyado mo, and even your relatives, sa kalokohan ng flood control scandal, huwag ka masaktan.
The man at the center of the president's remarks, former House Speaker Martin Romualdez, also broke his silence. Romualdez said He respects the president's position, adding that he has never asked for special treatment and is prepared to defend himself against the allegations. The Office of the Ombudsman has ordered Romualdez and his co-respondents to submit their counter affidavits on complaints involving plunder, graft, bribery, and money laundering. Beyond corruption, the president also touched on issues that directly affect millions of Filipinos. Amid rising prices brought about by renewed tensions in the Middle East, Marcos defended his administration's response, citing fuel subsidies, tax relief, and other measures to ease the burden on consumers. He also earned standing ovations after taking aim at the country's power sector and calling for a major overhaul of electricity pricing. The president ordered the immediate amendment of the IPIRA law, arguing that consumers should no longer shoulder the cost of system losses. He also renewed his push for nuclear energy, calling it a long-term solution to boosting energy security.
Panahon na para tanggalin na natin ang systems loss na pinapasa sa consumer.
See her? She looks way hotter than you. I should have married someone like that. There's just something about women in their 30s.
Actually, you don't need a man.
Hindi naman kasalanan ng consumer kung bakit nagkaroon ng systems loss. Kaya hindi naman tama na kailangan sila pa ang pagbabayarin dito.
I would say for the next SONA, 1 year. Hindi siya instant. Mauuna siguro yung iba, pero meron talaga na kailangan pa may bagong equipment para mabawasan talaga or mawala talaga yung system loss. So it will take time. I'm just saying maximum yan kung isang taon siguro.
But the private power sector quickly pushed back. Meralco Chairman and CEO Manny Pangilinan warned shifting the entire cost of system losses to private utilities could seriously disrupt the industry.
Any operation that involves transmission from point A to point B will involve some losses. That's the way it is. When you push electricity through the copper wires, there'll be resistance. The longer the lines are, the more the losses will be. And it is not a question of inefficiency. It's just the way it is. There's a cost to it. So the real question is who bears the cost? So who's going to pay for that? The industry? It's going to cost tens of billions of pesos. We will not survive.
The president closed his address with one of his supposed strongest statement yet on national security. Without naming any country, he spoke of a common threat that continues to challenge the dignity of the Filipino people. The remarks came just days after a violent encounter in a Union Shoal where 2 Philippine Navy personnel were injured after the circulation of a derogatory AI-generated video from Chinese state media that mocked Filipinos.
Let me remind our friends and our detractors, Filipinos are a noble, kind, gracious, and great race. We are not greedy, we are not racist, we are not liars. We are...
Diyan muna tayo mga friends all guys. Thank you everyone. So before that, siyempre, we need to if you remember regarding po sa BP, confidential po ang hinilitis sa kaso ni Sara sa paglustay ng maraming pira sa iyang confidential agent expenses po. Yan po ang nilitis po sa ating visit po ngayon. So hindi pa, but about sa ating presidente, napakaraming confidential fund na 4.5 billion in year 2022 po. Yan po ang confidential fund ng ating mahal na Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Super laki. So alamin nyo, di ba? Kung yun alam, swerte kayo dahil nalaman na niyo ngayon. Yan po ang confidential ng ating mahal na Presidente Bongbong Marcos. Napakalaki. 4.50 billion po in 2022 po. So in 2026, malaki po. dahil 4.56 po. In 2026, 4.56 po billion po ang confidential ng ating mahal na presidente na 330 million per month, 12.1 million a day. Yan po. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye. Ingat. God bless. Bye-bye.